Here behind this door is one of the hottest and most anticipated bikes of 2020 model year. Let's check it out. But before we get there, I wanted to show you a few things. I wanted to let you know that here in Dirt and Iron, we are not brand loyal, we're not biased toward one brand on the other. We love all the bikes equally. So let me show you what I have currently in the garage. Here is a KTM 300. That's the build I finished like 6 months ago, and I keep riding this thing. This is my go-to trail bike with around 50 hours now. So KTM is over here, orange color. We got something red on the right side. This is my son's 110 that we got from Honda for some time. He's learning how to ride. And we also got a 250F, which is a really good beginner's bike. I'm teaching one of my friends how to ride. So let's move ahead over here. There is a Sherco 450, great trail bike factory edition RMZ 250. That is just a nice package for the track, trying to get a little better on the track. So this is the bike I'm using for that. Over here, blue color, we got the Yamaha WR. This is 19 model. I have for some time to ride and review. And back here is my YZ 2007 250 two-stroke, which I plan to build right after my RMZ is finished. There in the back you can see RMZ parts. And we move toward the back of my garage where you can see this beautiful, I think this is the most beautiful bike I've seen so far. This is 2020 fuel injected 302 stroke Husqvarna TX. Well, finally, KTM and Husqvarna came with TPI fuel injection for two-stroke on the XC model, or TX for Husqvarna. There's a lot of guys really excited about it. That's why I said it's the most anticipated bike, because there was a TPI on the XCW models, but there's a bunch of guys that they don't like XCW models. They prefer to ride XCs, and I think I would be one of them too. I had a chance to spend a lot of time on 19 XC, and also I rode 17 XCW, and I really didn't like the transmission that much on the XCW. The gap between first and second gear, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not really my cup of tea. I feel much better on XC. It just kind of overall suits me better. So there's a lot of people like myself who prefer XC model or TX in Husqvarna. And TPI, fuel injection on two-stroke, that's pretty much the only thing you can get today from KTM and Husqvarna for off-road model. They still keep carburetors on SX, let's see for how long, but for off-road, TPI is the only way to go. Now we got this bike from Jay Clark from Dirt Bike TVS. We usually get a lot of brand new bikes from Jay, but this one is a buddy of his, and Jay built it a little bit, put a lot of aftermarket protection on the bike just to keep it a little bit safer. And for the performance, the only thing extra is a full FMF system with a spark arrestor, which is a must here in California, and then a V-Force reed cage. Other than that, the bike is stock. And compared to KTM, Husky comes with a switch. You can go a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more mellow. So we're gonna test that as well. And well, plan for today: take this bike on the trails I know, and I've been there on many different bikes, so I have good platform to compare. How it feels. We'll have same kind of trail. So I'm really excited. Man, I really wanted to ride this TPI, and I'm happy that it is on an XC model, so I can really enjoy it and come back here and talk to you guys how this brand new 2020 TX 300i feels. We just came back from a ride and I have to tell you, I love this thing. Man, you know me guys, I'm very positive, right? I always see my cup half full, it's never half empty. But I think in this case my cup is completely full. It's just an amazing package, like wow. It's really something. I had a lot of fun, I'm full of emotions, I'm smiling, you know, I was smiling the whole ride and I was really enjoying it. First let me tell you, the suspension that comes stuck on this bike, the air fork and the shock combined together, I didn't touch it at all. It is the best stock suspension I ever ridden in my life, period. It just works amazingly. I was really fast, you know, I did the 6-gear pin, maybe I did 60, 70, I was slow, I was on the rocks, in a creek bed, I did jumps. It handles everything and it feels so smooth, it really like, you know, buttery smooth. I just love it. You know, I have all kinds of flex bars and stuff with my KTM 300, but this is so much smoother and the vibration the engine makes, it doesn't make any. It's just so crazy. This two-stroke KTM and Husky 17 and up, less vibration than modern 4-stroke. I don't really understand how they did it that well, the balancer in the engine, but it really works well. You guys have to try it, you know, to believe it. And if you did, you know what I'm talking about. Zero vibration on the handlebars, on the foot peg, you know, on the bike when you squeeze it, you just don't feel it at all. And it feels super smooth. So give the suspension and zero vibration and the, you know, Brembo brakes, amazing brakes and all the handling ergonomics. It feels so amazing. It's my bike. Like I rode it, first 5 minutes, it's my bike. That really great feeling on it. So if you have 180, 190 around that weight, you don't need to touch it. It's amazing stock from the box. From the showroom floor, this suspension will really put a smile on your face. Now for the engine, for the power and TPI. TPI is great. You know, hit the button, cold, it starts right up, it warms up, it very clear and crisp. I like, you know, the throttle response is really nice and smooth and sounds pretty good. It's not as raw as my 04. I have 04 300 with you know, some porting, and it's not as raw as the bike. Like I can feel that if I hit you know, throttle on my bike and I hit the power band, it just pulls stronger than this bike. It's a little more raw. This is a little more manageable, but it still has a lot of power and very good pull. And it's just so easy to ride it. You can be on the gas, be on a pipe, and it's really great. Now in the stock form, in the beginning I was riding, I had the power valve all the way, I don't know if it was all the way in, but it was the way it came stock. And there is even a little bit paint on it, so I guess you're not supposed to touch it. But anyway, it was great from the bottom. You put in a second, third gear on those trails and, you know, just give it a little throttle and it pulls nicely from the bottom. And then if you have a little bit open trail and you want to hit it and hit the power band, just keep, you know, shifting. There is this little spot right after, maybe like a mid-range that it kind of goes down. So, and then it hits power band and you start pulling, and power band is amazing. It pulls really nice. So there is this little spot in the middle that it would be good if it's not there. So Jay Clark told me that I can try to bring out the power valve maybe 2 turns or 1.5 turn out. That's what Kyle from Dirt Bike Channel did on his TPI, and he said it helped a lot. So I did that. I did first half of my riding with a stack, and then I brought it turn and half out, and it fixed everything. It was really great. There was the little spot in the middle, that half second of hesitation, it was gone completely. And man, I just loved it. You go on the gas and just pulls really, it's very linear like a 4-stroke, and has this nice pull, and the sound is very, very crisp everywhere. I loved it. You know, I took it on the first gear, very slow in the creek bed, big boulders, and the suspension and you know the power, I just could go nicely through it. Really, like I had no problem to go through those rocks. Even some lines, I kind of challenged myself. I tried to pick the lines a little more difficult than usual, and I went through it. It was fine. So really, the suspension gave me a lot of confidence, and complete package. I think this is like the best package I ever ridden. I don't know. You know, it's really nice. Like, I would love to have this bike, but you know, Dirt and Iron is not for brand new bike to own. I mean, I can ride them, I can test them. That's all cool, but I think I'm not ready to buy a brand new bike. I want to fix my older bikes and you know, have fun of those. Anyway, this is just an amazing package. So having the power valve 1.5 turns out really just make everything amazing. The transition is very smooth, very linear, and the power just keeps pulling. You don't have the point where it goes down. If you guys have these bikes, 2020 TPIs, I think you know what I'm talking about. If you buy one, you will feel it. So just bring it out, 1.5 turn, try it, and I think you will like it. Now it also has this switch on the handlebars. I tried map 1, it was most of the riding, nice and aggressive with the power valve adjusted. It was amazing. Then I turned into 2, which is a little more mellow, and I could feel the difference, especially when just before it comes on the power band, it had this little hesitation. It was a little more mellow and just a little more forgiving on the gas. So I don't know. I just flipped it back to first one, and I was riding on the first one. So first map and the power valve 1.5 turn out. That's where I love it. It was really the great you know, engine and pull and everything. I like it there. There was like no hesitation really. What else? Took it on some jumps, did overshoot one of my doubles and landed flat. Yeah, I think it's a little too soft for jumping. If I land where I'm supposed to land, it's good. But if I go a little bit longer, I think I did maybe like 50 foot and then land flat. And for something like that, I would probably go stiffer on the clickers and maybe put a little more PSI in the air for it. I'm sure you can adjust it, but for the trails, which I think majority of you guys would ride this bike on the trails, it's just an amazing suspension. Really, really stuck. You don't need to touch it. You don't need to send it anywhere. It's just amazing. I mean, you can if you want to try, but if it's my bike, I wouldn't touch suspension for a long time. I would just ride it like that because it was really amazing. I could feel so confident. It copies the terrain. It eats everything. I was going 6-gear pin, maybe doing like 70, 75. I don't know, gotta check GoPro. And it was just so smooth. I didn't feel like, you know, it's jumping, or I didn't feel like I'm losing control. Man, really Great package, I love it. Alright guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment, and let me know your feedback. If you have one of these bikes, maybe you have 18 or 19, or if you plan to buy one, well, share your feedback, comment below, let us know, so all this dirt bike community can have a little more information, a little more knowledge from all of us. I guess that's about it for today, and don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.